Welcome to this edition of Recreationally Yours. I'm Jana Steib, the Center Director here at the JFK Community Center. And with me I have...
My name is John Cornell. I'm the Recreation Specialist over at the James J. Egan Center.
And we're here today at the JFK Community Center in our wonderful youth lounge. Just always want to remind people to stop in and use our facilities. We have, over here we have several pool tables to use. We have shuffleboard, ping pong tables, air hockey, bubble hockey. I never heard of bubble hockey before, but we have it here. And over at the Egan Center, there's a small game room. What's over at your building, John?
We have a pool table. We also have
shuffleboard.
Shuffleboard,
yes.
Right? And
a foosball table or two.
A foosball table as well, yes.
Yeah, so we have lots of fun stuff, and it is free to use for city residents with your resident card. Just come on in. You can bring a guest, and there's just a slight guest pass fee. All that information's in our brochure, so people can grab that. Well, today we have a lot of programs that we're going to be talking about.
That's right.
Beth's going to do her calendar segment. We're going to talk a little bit about our picnic reservations, because believe it or not, it's January, and we've already started taking picnic reservations. So we need to get all that information out to people, and we're going to remind people what they need for their resident cards, because no cards are good unless you've been up since December to renew them. So we want to make sure people have good cards. And then you have some new classes coming up that you're going to talk about.
Yep.
So we have a lot of information to talk about, and so stay tuned for our calendar segment.
Welcome to the calendar segment. I'm Beth Ellis, Recreation Specialist for the City of Florissant. Well, it's cold outside and our ice rink season is in full swing. We've got lots of events coming up in connection with that. We have 2 resident appreciation skates left this year. First one is Monday, January 20th. And our second one is on Monday, February 17th. This is a great opportunity for our Florissant residents to come up to the rink. You can skate for free as long as you have a valid resident card with you. There's free popcorn, free soda, free fun. So this should be a great event. Again, that's Monday, January 20th and Monday, February 17th at the ice rink over at the James J. Egan Community Center. So those should be some pretty fun events. Also, we have a youth event coming up at the ice rink on Friday, March 7th from 6:30 to 9, our annual Party on the Ice. This event's open to 5th to 8th graders with a ticket. Tickets will cost $5 for residents and $7 for non-residents. We'll have those tickets available at both of our centers starting Monday, February 3rd. There's all kinds of things there for kids to do. This is one of 4 annual youth events that we have. They can go ice skating. We'll have prizes, contests, games. There'll be pizza and soda included with the ticket as well. So usually kids have a lot of fun with those, and tickets sell out pretty fast. So you want to get your tickets early. Again, those will go on sale starting February 3rd. If you have any questions about that event, you can call 314-921-4466. So in addition to public skate, stick and puck, 2 great events that we have going on at our ice rink. We also have our snowman building contest going on. Anytime there's snow on the ground between now and February 15th, kids age 0 to 15 can go out there, build a snowman, get creative, have fun with it, take a picture with the snowman. We prefer digital photos, and you can email those to jsteib, S-T-E-I-B, @florissantmo.com. Or you can mail it to the John F. Kennedy Community Center. Attention Snowman Contest, 315 Howder Shell Road, and that's Florissant, Missouri, 63031. Make sure you include a picture of your child with their snowman. Make sure you have their name, their address, their phone number, and their age. And again, we're doing that through February 15th. So anytime it snows, get out there, get creative, and send in a picture, and we'll enter you in a contest for some great prizes. So that should be pretty fun. We've had a few good snows this year, so hopefully we'll have some more opportunities to build some really awesome snowmen for that contest. A new class we have taking place at Sunset Park, home of the Nature Lodge, a bird watching class. You can go out there, learn more about the great outdoors. You can learn about the materials that you need for bird watching, how to identify birds, and much more. Participants will need to bring their binoculars. That'll take place Saturday, February 15th from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. Pre-registration is required, and we are taking that now at the JFK Center and the James J. Egan Center. Price for a resident is $5, and price for a non-resident is $8. So that should be a really great class, a really great opportunity to get outside. Sunset Park is really beautiful, so is the Nature Lodge. So that should be a really great class, and that's something that we're doing new. So make sure you get registered for that and check that out. We've also got plenty of opportunities to be trained as a lifeguard coming up. Just recently, the City of Florissant has switched to the Jeff Ellis and Associates Aquatic Risk Management Program. So we'll be running several different classes throughout the year to get ready for our summer season to help staff our pools. We've got 3 different opportunities to take that class. You do need to be 15 years old to complete the class and 16 years old to be eligible to work as a lifeguard. Prerequisites for the class are being able to swim 100 yards continuously using a crawl stroke or a breaststroke. You need to be able to tread water for 1 minute without using your hands. And you need to be able to feet first surface dive to the bottom of a 12-foot depth pool and pick up a brick and bring it to the top. Again, ages 15 and older, 3 different opportunities. Each of these classes will be taking place on Fridays from 4 to 9, Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. as well. The first session will be February 21st through 23rd. The second session will be March 21st through 23rd. And the third session will be April 25th through 27th. Now you only need to take one of these sessions, each is a separate class. Those are just 3 different opportunities for you to do that. Again, ages 15 and older are eligible for that class, and 16 and older to be able to work as a lifeguard. The cost for a resident for that class is $125, and for a non-resident is $135. If you have any other questions about the lifeguarding class, you can call either me at 314-921-4250 or John Cornell at 314-921-4466. Also, kind of in connection with that, we're taking our summer seasonal applications now through March 1st over at the Human Resources Building. Great opportunity to get a summer job, make some money if you're home from college or you're just looking for some experience. Awesome positions available with the city. I actually started that way myself. Really loved it, so highly recommend it. We'll be taking applications for positions out at our outdoor pools, including lifeguards, concession positions, cashiers. We'll be taking applications for positions with our day camp, as well as park concessions and park maintenance workers. So again, we're taking those applications through March 1st over at the Human Resources Building. So those are a lot of the programs that we have coming up now. We'll also be having our spring brochure coming out the first week of February with lots of different opportunities from February all the way through June. So we have a lot of exciting things happening, and we'll talk more about those on a future show. But be looking out for the spring brochure to come out the first week of February. And we'll be taking registration for classes for the first session of our spring classes for residents starting February 10th and for non-residents starting February 17th. All right, I know that's a lot of information, but remember you can always call either one of our centers for additional information or questions. You can reach the JFK Center at 314-921-4250 or the James J. Egan Center at 314-921-4466. We also have our brochures available at both of our buildings. You can check our Facebook page. If you're on Facebook, search Florissant Parks, and we're always putting updates about events on there, as well as the Recreation tab on the City of Florissant website. So you can visit us at www.florissantmo.com, and we'll have information there, as well as our brochures will be posted on that. Thank you for joining me for the calendar segment. I'm Beth Ellis. Now back to more of Recreationally Yours.
Okay, welcome back everyone. With this beginning of this new year, we have a lot of new and exciting programs that we have coming up. If you're still in your New Year's resolution, we have lots of fitness classes that we offer. We have yoga, some gymnastics, Zumba, a meditation class, Tai Chi class, water aerobics classes, any kind of fitness classes you can imagine. Our yoga classes are really popular, so you might want to come in and get registered for those. Like Beth was saying, our registration is February 10th for residents, and non-residents is February 17th.
And you have a new Zumba instructor, don't you? A couple new Zumba instructors.
We do. We have 2 new Zumba instructors. Tracy, which will be teaching here over at JFK, and that is Monday and Wednesday night, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. And then we also have Michelle, which will be teaching at the Egan Center, and that is Tuesday, Thursdays, 5:25 to 6:25.
And Michelle used to instruct for us way back when we first started our boot camp. And I remember taking boot camp with her, and she's a great instructor.
Yeah.
Very bubbly.
Yeah.
I think people will really like her. Gets people moving and has a lot of good ideas and thoughts. And so I think people will really like her. Haven't met the other person yet, but I know Michelle will do real good. So looking forward to having some. It's always nice to have a change.
Right. We're excited, and if you've taken Zumba in the past, we're still going to be continuing on with it with just 2 new instructors. So we're excited for that change and looking forward to a new year with Zumba.
Now, with the spring, we always have one of the programs that I really like is our stroke clinic. Tell me a little bit about that.
Our stroke clinic is a really great program. It's for those kids that are wanting to get geared up for our summer swim team. So that runs beginning in February. We did it a little bit earlier this year, just so we didn't run into Easter and Mother's Day. So that's going to run February 2nd through March 24th, and that's going to be on Sunday afternoon. So 10 and under is going to be, or I'm sorry, ages 11 to 18 is 2 to 2:50 p.m. and ages 10 and under is 3 to 3:50 p.m. So in that program, they're going to learn all the strokes that they need to move into the summer and kind of get a head start on the summer swim team.
And why I really liked it, it is all of the swim team instructors who will be doing it. I know my son took it last year, and he was 4 at the time. So don't think that they're not too young. I think they like them to possibly swim a whole length of the pool, but they really work with the kids, and it's really good if you think you might want to do swim team. I like that it's earlier this year because at least they get to do this, and then they have the option of knowing if they want to sign up, because I think last year it was after signups were, and signups for swim team, which we'll talk about next in our next segment, they fill up really quick. They
do. Our swim team is really, really popular. I believe we've won the championship three straight years. But this is our 12th year this year. So it's a really popular program. So if you're thinking about doing swim team or signing your kids up for swim team, it's really great. Parents are really active in it, and it's just a real fun thing. Right, and like I said, you don't even have to be on the swim team to take it. It's a great chance to get the kids to know if it's something that they'd be interested in. Yep. So that's a great one. Are there any other new programs that are coming up? Not any so much some fitness programs, but we do have a kind of a newer fitness class that we tried in the fall that we're continuing on, and that is Tai Chi. This is actual free program, and it is taken on by the Life Care Center of Florissant. So they actually run this program. So it's free. So it's 7:30 to 8:30 in Tuesday, Thursday mornings. It does require pre-registration, but that's a great kind of new thing that we've started in with the Life Care Center. So that's one of the great new things that's going on. This time of year, we also do it's pavilion rental time. Yeah. So we've already started taking reservations. So if you're one of those people who want a graduation party, don't wait to call. You better call today, because I can tell you a lot of the Ferdinand #1 Beach Pavilion is already probably taken, and today is actually one of our first days of registration. So I know coming up in January, those Saturdays in May and June get booked up really quick. So if you're interested in having a picnic, you really need to register soon. But registration is a pretty easy process. Right. We only allow residents to register. So you do need to have a resident card, and this being a new year, everybody needs to have an updated card, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. So make sure you have an updated card. If your card's already updated, you have 2 options. You can either come into the community center, either JFK or the Egan Center, and you can register in person,
or you can call us and do everything by credit card over the phone. So the fee is $50 for the pavilion, plus a $50 damage deposit, which does get returned as long as you followed all the rules and regulations, which we haven't had too many issues of, but it does help for those occasions where people haven't left it tidy and that kind of thing.
What are some of the kind of the regulations? Can you play music? Can you have bounce houses? Can you?
Great question. Music you can play as long as it's just a small boom box. We do not allow any kind of amplified music, no DJs. If you're going to be doing anything out of the ordinary, such as a bounce house, or you're going to have Cindy's petting zoo, anything that you're bringing in or that is anything different, we do ask that you put it in writing. If you're bringing in something like a bounce house or Cindy's zoo, there will be a liability release that you'll have to do, and you'll have to name us as additionally insured for $3 million, which we can tell you about at that time. But we do need for everything to be in writing at the time of registration, and we prefer to have all of the insurance information at the time you're registering. But I do believe they'll give you a slight grace period. But I do believe that if you're going to be doing it, try and get that information. You can't do it too far ahead of time because they need the date.
Right.
So it's kind of that catch-22, but we will require that within a week or so after the registration. But anything typical, you're just having some games or something like that, you're more than welcome to just come and rent it. But anything you're going to bring in extra, some people ask about barbecue pits. That's usually not allowed, actually, because what are you going to do with those coals? That's, just a couple weeks ago, apartment complex burnt on, or house in Wildwood burnt on fire because they took the coals out of the fireplace and just left them. So we really don't like the barbecue pits. But if there's anything different, just let us know at the time you register. We have, most of our pavilions now have electricity. There's only one or two that don't, which we can let you know at the time that you're registering. But Coke has 2 pavilions. They're both electric. Mannion Park is a nice one, and they have electric. Duchesne Park, we allow pavilion rentals. Ferdinand has 3 or 4 different pavilions. Pavilion 2, I know, does not have electricity, but I believe all the other ones have electricity at this point. So we have probably about 8 or 9 different pavilions that we'll rent out. Again, it's only to Florissant residents because, like I said, we're already going to be booked up for Saturdays probably by February, at least in June and July. So you can either call, like I said, or come in person. It's a pretty simple process once you have your resident card. Okay. It's pretty simple.
You talked about resident cards a lot. What does somebody that's a resident for, what do they need to bring in order to get that card? Okay,
great, because this year everybody's card, if they do not know, we talked about it last show too, expired on December 31st. So they do need to come in to either the Egan Center or the JFK Community Center to update their card. The process is pretty simple if you have everything you need. First, we're going to look on the occupancy permit to make sure that everybody is on the occupancy permit. So once you're on the occupancy permit, if you're the owner of the house, you just come on in. If you're listed as the owner, we can take care of you right away, and anybody who's under 21 in your household can get a card.
Okay.
If you rent your house, or if you're living with your parents and you're over 21, then we do ask that you bring in a bill or bank statement that just shows that you still live there, because the occupancy permits don't always get updated in the system until somebody new moves in. So if you're over 21 and are not the official owner of the house, then we will ask for like a bill, bank statement, something that's in your name within the last 30 days that's official. And once you have that done, if you're all in our system, I could come up and get my whole family's pictures. Now, if it's been a while that your kids have come up to take pictures, we are kind of requiring that all the kids come up and get new pictures this year, because some of them, we've had this system since 2009. So there are some people who look 5 years old and they're like 14.
Right.
So we really do need updated pictures whenever possible. But it only takes 5 or 10 minutes. It's pretty easy, so especially if your picture's in the system and you're an adult and you just need to get it updated. But the key thing is, if you don't know, just bring in that bill or bank statement, and then we'll look you up. The only thing that you might have to do is make sure that everybody's on that occupancy permit, even the children, because we do make sure, even if they're signing up for your toddler swim class, we are going to make sure that they're on that occupancy permit, just so that as we're going forward. And we did mention last time too, this year we are printing out cards for everybody 4 and older. That's just going to help when swim time comes up in the summer. And this year too, everybody, even if they're a 2-year-old and you guys got a family pass, they're going to get a family swim pass if they're over the age that you would need to pay. So I think that'll help the families out who, who bought the passes, and it was that couple year age that it was kind of hard to determine whether or not they had a pass or not. So pretty simple process. So hopefully everybody will get up here. But if you have that old card, you're not going to be let in until you update that card. You're not going to be able to sign up for all these wonderful classes. So please come in and make sure you do that.
Yep.
So how do people find out about our classes?
You can either go to our website, www.florissant.com. Under our Parks and Recreation, we have our brochure up there. You can look that up. We have our Facebook page. If you become friends with us, we put all kinds of different things up there, classes, if we need instructors, all kinds of things.
Yeah, we're
Pictures.
also doing What's Happening, little newsletter once a month.
Right.
So if you're getting some email that says what's happening, that's because you're part of our system. We have your email address. And monthly or bi-monthly, we're going to be just sending out quick blurbs about different programs that are upcoming, just to kind of keep the public as up to date as possible. So that's another new thing that they can look forward to. So if you have any questions, again, call the JFK Community Centers, 921-4250. The James J. Egan Center would be 921-4466. Don't forget that we have our golf club as well. And I always forget that number. I'm going to try while you look it up for me. I believe it's 741-7444. Well, I guess I got the phone number right. So I think that does it for everything, John?
Except for one thing, Janice, I actually accidentally said the website wrong. It's actually florissantmo.com, not florissant.com, so florissantmo.com.
Well, thank you for tuning in to this edition of Recreationally Yours. We'll see you next time.